Okay, let's assume that Miss Marjoline is done. Very good. Amazing, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you still have questions? I will give you this opportunity, class, to ask questions or clarifications. So don't be shy. Are there any questions or clarifications regarding the roots of quadratic equation? Be honest.
None, ma'am.
Are you sure?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, we've already defined what roots of quadratic equation are. We also discussed how to determine or get the roots of quadratic equation using the quadratic formula. Now, we are going to know what discriminants of quadratic equation are, and also we will going to see or discover the relationship between the roots and the said discriminant of quadratic equation. So, here, we need to define, I will define first the meaning of discriminant. So, the value of the discriminant tells or shows how many roots a quadratic equation has. Okay, ulitin ko. The value of discriminant shows how many roots a quadratic equation has. So, to determine the discriminant of quadratic equation, we have this formula. Okay. So, to determine the discriminant of quadratic equation, we use this formula. We have b equals b squared minus 4ac. And here we have three conditions. So, if b is greater than 0, there are two real solutions. Very good. So, if b is equal to 0, there is one real solution. If b is less than 0, there are two imaginary solutions. Okay, let's have some examples. Let's try to solve this one. So here we just simply do substitution as what we did a while back. So I know that this would be easy for you, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now let's have the first example. So we have x squared
Plus 4x
plus 4x
plus 7
plus 7
is equal to 0.
equals 0. So first thing, of course, we also determine the given. So our A is 1, B is 4. Very good. And C is
7.
7. So now we have the formula. Yan, natakpan na. We have B equals
B
B
squared
squared minus
4ac.
Yan. So, of course, ganun lang din, simple substitution. We will substitute the values here into the formula. So, B is, we have 4 squared. Very good. Then, we have negative 4. A is 1. And C is 7. Very good. So, here, 4 squared is 16. Very good. 16. Minus 28. 28. Very good. So, this is
Negative 12.
Negative 12. Very good. Okay. Since negative 12 is less than 0, so going back to the three conditions, if b is less than 0, since negative 12, right? Negative 12 is less than 0, so b is less than 0. Therefore, there are two imaginary solutions. Therefore, there are two imaginary solutions. another example here. So number 2, we have
X
x squared
plus 3x
plus 3x
minus 8
minus 8
equals 0.
So same thing. We're going to determine the given for variable a, b, and c. We have a is
1.
very good. B is
3.
very good. C is
8. Negative 8.
negative 8, very good. So here the formula b equals b squared minus 4ac. So b is 3 squared minus 4 and a is 1. Very good. And c is
Negative 8.
negative 8. Very good. So 3 squared is 9. And negative 2. Okay, very good. Positive
32.
32. So this is 9 plus 32,
41.
41. Okay. And we know that 41 is greater than 0. So going back to the three conditions, if b is greater than 0, therefore we have two real solutions. We have two real solutions. Very good. Okay, can you follow?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Okay, let's have one more example. Here we have number 3. Who wants to try it on the board? Okay, Miss Marjorie. So, as we are waiting for Miss Marjorie, try also to solve it on your paper. Okay po? Okay po. Okay. Let's assume that Miss Marjorie is done. Okay, very good, Miss Marjorie. Did you get the same answer, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. So that's what discriminants and roots of quadratic equation are all about. So you may now take your seat, Miss Marjorie. Thank you. So class, I also prepared something here, an individual activity. Ayan. For you to discover the relationship between the discriminants and roots of quadratic equation. Let me show you the table. So here, through the table provided below, you will be going to characterize and describe the discriminants and roots of quadratic equation by filling all the values needed. So here you will be able also to discover and see the relationship between the discriminants and roots of quadratic equation in a clearer picture. So of course, as what we did a while back, you're just going to determine the given values for variable a, b, and c. Then you will use the formula for discriminants to know if how many roots the equation has. So of course, you will also use the quadratic formula for you to get the roots of the quadratic equation. So here, I want to see on your paper on how did you get the answer by stating the formula you used and also by constructing the step-by-step solutions. Okay? Let's assume that you are all done. Okay, class? I also prepared a group activity here. So now, I will group you into 2 groups and each group will going to pick one quadratic equation in the cup, in this cup. So, after you get that, you will going to solve for the discriminants and roots of quadratic equation you got. So, after that, you choose 2 representatives, of course. The first representative will write your solutions in the board, your step-by-step solution. Complete, okay? Complete the step-by-step solution on the board, while the second representative will be the one to explain your solution in front. So I will give you 15 minutes to answer, review, and finalize your answer and solution. And another 10 minutes as you write your solution on the board, and after that, it's time for you to explain your solutions. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let's assume that the group activity is done. Congratulations, class. You all did a great job. Give 10 claps for yourself. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Lastly, class, I prepared some questions here that I want you to answer. So, answer the following questions. Just make your answer briefly but substantially. So, first question, what do we mean by roots of quadratic equation? What is your understanding in discriminants of quadratic equation? And what is the relationship of these two? Second question, what are the formulas involved in our lesson? Enumerate it. Third, in applying the quadratic and discriminant formula and constructing your step-by-step solution, what part is difficult to you, or what part have you struggled with? Fourth question, is there any part in the lesson that you did not understand? If yes, what is it? And lastly, rate yourself from 1 to 5 based on how you understand and retain the lesson. Here, 1 is the lowest rate and 5 is the highest. Okay, let's assume that you are all done in answering the questions. Okay, class. I already uploaded the copy of our lecture for today in the LMS. I will also upload our next lesson there. So please kindly read it and have an advanced reading. And that will serve as your assignment. Okay, class, that would be all for today. So you may now go. Keep safe always, and God bless us all.